West Swabae here with another episode of the Culture Blog. Today we have special guest, homie FUGIEONE. He's a graffiti artist. So, yeah, man, what's up? Thanks for coming to the vlog. Why don't you introduce yourself to the culture? Let them know who you are, what is it that you're about, and what is it that you do.
Alrighty, cool. What's up, everybody? Uh, Fernando, or FUGIEONE. My tagging name was Duster. Back in the day, back in the '90s. Um, Born and raised in Michoacan, Morelia, Michoacan,
Shout out.
but grew up in a small little town in Jeruco, Michoacan, just outside of Morelia. For my first 8 years, and then my parents brought me to the U.S. illegally. But yeah, ended up here in Santa Ana. I'm still a resident here in Santana, and but yeah, no, growing up, it's I got I I don't I didn't really have like no role models or nothing,
Right, right, yeah.
and so a lot of this was mostly like by trial and error, getting in trouble, and just learning about life. But yeah, no, I'm still a resident here in Santana, but right now, based on like whatever I do right now with of my work and everything in between, I'm all over the place. Sometimes out in LA, Inland Empire, San Diego, just all over the place.
All over representing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just representing all over the place, and but yeah, mostly just pushing it and just trying to make it better. Enjoying life and enjoying the journey of it
Yeah,
and
hell yeah.
learning.
Hell yeah. That's right. So it's Orange County, Santa Ana all day. You already know. And so why don't you tell us? You are a graffiti artist, and how is it that you got into graffiti? What was it that was like? Oh, you know what? This interests me. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna go out there and just start doing it.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think I this all started back in 89,
89.
1989. 1989, I got exposed to it. There wasn't a lot of taggers here in Orange County.
Right.
Here in Santana, there wasn't a lot of taggers. There's a few, a few taggers, and I didn't have a lot of role models or nothing that I really kind of like looked up to, older cousins, or like the majority of my family were like in other places.
Right. Okay.
So I had the neighborhood gang, which were neighbors. I had some other homies at the same complex where I used to live at,
Yeah.
that you know they were also like they also like the art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the neighborhood gang. I remember they tried to wanted us to like try to join their gang, and we just didn't. That was good thing I was pretty conscious that wasn't something for me, but
Yeah,
you
that's
know
good. That's good because like I don't want to endorse any of that here on the channel, like violence or gangs, anything like that. But it's reality, it's something that like a lot of people actually lives within those type of environments. It's just like you cannot avoid it. So that's just the way it is.
no, it's the truth. It's
Yes, the truth.
it's a challenge growing up.
Yeah.
Especially like me back in the '90s. We didn't have no
Yeah, it's
we didn't have
way
no cell
different
phone. We
for
didn't have no
sure. Yeah,
social
yeah, yeah.
media. We didn't have no so you know our parents were out and working. Sometimes two, three jobs, and
Right. Yeah.
we're just hanging out at home. Or sometimes with whoever was responsible
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
us, and our thing was just hanging out, and you know uh, going to the park, playing some ball, but nothing crazy. No technology whatsoever.
Yeah,
No,
it
no
was way
nothing.
different. It's
Way
all
different.
organic fun. It was not like all this digital stuff nowadays. It's like
Yeah. So yeah. No, we used to. A few of the neighborhood like friends right there used to hang out, and some of my friends' older brothers had some of my friends, they had cousins up in LA,
okay, yeah,
and that's how they brought the graffiti down here, you know.
Yeah, so like it started jumping like from LA, like now going like towards Orange County, and like start getting known and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, so I remember my homie Wero, which had older brothers, Demo. I actually just came across him
Oh,
last
sick,
week.
sick.
So yeah, he's over there like in his late 40s already,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and but yeah, he was the one that I actually used to look up to a lot. Demo used to badass graffiti writer. Him, Cask, Depot. They were all part of the NASA crew up in LA.
Okay, okay.
Back in the day when Chaka wasn't
Oh, I
wasn't the
remember.
go.
Oh, dude,
Chaka
Chaka's
wasn't the
dope. Yeah,
go, and then we used to hang out with Sleeces, which was Chaka's homie.
yeah, yeah,
I used to hang out with one of his cousins. They used to stay out here in Orange County,
yeah.
which was the homie Foam, and that's when it all started. Like we used to just, then we're like me and my homie Giz.
Yeah, yeah,
But still to the day we still keep in touch. Now he has a family. He's all grown and
yeah.
everything, but yeah, that was his name, Giz.
Okay.
And that's when I ended up picking up my name, Duster.
Okay, okay,
At
okay.
first, we're like back and forth. He's like, oh, I'm Pin, and then I'm like, I'm Tan, Pin 10. But then we're like, nah, we need to get some better names.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And next thing you know, it was like this was like, oh, already like 90, in the 90s already, 90, 91. I was probably like 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the next, I was, from 10, I went to Laser,
Okay.
and from Laser, it was just like, yeah, Laser's cool, but then, nah, I think I need another name, another one. So next, it was just Duster.
Duster.
Duster, and I kept that Duster for still to the day. I have a lot of homies that still hit me up. Hey, what's up, Duster? What's
Duster.
up, Duster?
Okay.
Like,
So that's the one that's like got stuck. It was like Duster for sure.
yeah, that's the one that got stuck. And then my homie Giz, he kept Giz, and then from there it was all like, it was just like a straight high,
Yeah,
It
hell
was a
yeah.
straight high, just going and just tagging our names like all over the place,
Yeah.
anywhere that we saw a little blank spot. Oh, hey, hit it up.
Getting up there and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hit it
yeah.
up, hit it up, and that was the high back then, back in the '90s. And then a lot of times we got chased by cars. Everything was straight illegal.
Yeah.
I don't tag. Nowadays. I still have that craving like deep inside me, like where I'm
Yeah.
somewhere and like I always carry markers. Like
Yeah, like
uh,
any book or what, like
like I will
somewhere.
always be hitting it up, always be hitting it up, always be hitting it up. Anywhere,
Yeah,
everything was a canvas.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the ride. I remember once we we like the neighborhood gang will always try to like cross us out just because they knew we were just
Right.
like we were just taggers,
Yeah,
but
yes.
they were gangsters,
Yeah, yeah.
so they didn't want the no tagging in the neighborhood or nothing, but still,
So it's not only the cops, but only and the gangs too.
yeah,
Like
the
you had
gangs
to look
too.
out for and
Yeah, we
shit,
had to
man.
look up for them, because a few times we got also like they knew we were the ones that were tagging,
Yeah, yeah.
and we got hit up a few times, and back then there was like there was more there was a few different gangs, but they were like I think more organized, more strict, more
Yeah, they were
like
fully active, full effect back in the day for sure. It's not the same no more. Like it's way different back then.
it's pretty different nowadays. You gotta I see things very different now. It's more calm. Back
Yeah,
in then growing up in the '90s, then from one day to another it just became tag banging.
yeah,
Because of that, because those
yeah.
incidents, tagging in the neighborhood, getting slashed by, so there
Well,
was more crews, more tagging, more
right.
crews, more tagging crews.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, like you as a tagger, like you're just going out there to get up. You're just trying to get a rush, like doing your art and all or whatever and shit. Like and then this like actual gangsters trying to come and hit you up and like carrying straps or whatever, taking away your cans or whatever the case is, just trying to like bug you.
Oh yeah.
Like obviously, at some point, somebody's gonna be like, "Fuck this shit! I gotta protect myself."
Yeah. So it the next thing a lot of there was a lot of battling, with crews. Let's see who gets
Let's
up the most.
the most, right?
Like
Yeah,
who goes and who hits it up the most, or sometimes it was just battle and piecing.
like who
You
throws
do
a
your
better
piece, a
piece and
better
shit.
piece, and you know from small to big to the whole building or whatsoever. But yeah, like we used to hit up the tracks a lot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We didn't really used to get bothered a lot. Yeah, we used to get chased a lot of
Yeah,
times, but but it was shit. I'm still here, man.
yeah, yeah, man.
But yeah, no, it probably like 95, 94, 95, 96. There was more. It kind of like just blew up. The
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
tag banging up in LA. Up here in Orange County as well. Next, a lot of like a lot of crews started started joining the gangs, and then from there on, it was it just became straight tag banging.
yeah,
So it was crazy. It was a wild one where we were packing. We ended up
yeah,
packing. We ended up carrying a strap, and it was a wild one. Without like us being conscious of what but we didn't know any better.
yeah. But it's like you're
We
young and
didn't know
stuff.
any
Like
better.
you just have
Yeah,
it. Like to
that's
you, it's just all fun, right? Like that's what it is.
well. Not only that, it was just like also us protecting us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
that at some point, like you like somebody had to be like, you know what, like I gotta like carry with me, or like it's either them or me. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, we weren't really fully thinking, it was very easy for us to just, like pick up a strap and just carry it around. But yeah, no, a lot of crazy shit went down. I still have friends that I lost
Yeah,
like, during those times. Um, I didn't, I kind of like, I got into so many issues that like, you know, I, I told my crew, like, nah, I don't want none of this, like
yeah.
I don't want this. I don't, I'm not into like into gang banging or nothing like that. And
So like you were actually there for the art of it. Like you actually
yeah,
like.
I like the tagging.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
my
your.
thing.
Yeah, that was
That
your
was
thing.
my thing.
Yeah,
And still to the day, like I still have that within me. Like I think that like not being an actual tagger now, more of like being an artist.
yeah. So now
You
you
know,
turn that into your art and your passion. Like so.
So yeah, art has always been my, I think, a great passion of mine. But then I also along the way I found out like there was more stuff or more topics that I liked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not only like me like physically learning something, but mentally and spiritually and
Just work like just working on
finance.
yourself, pretty much. Yeah,
Now it's just focusing on becoming a better version of
yeah.
myself.
That's right. That's right.
Things have changed a lot. I still, I'm still like on the go. Like right now, I work with my brother. My brother owns his business. We're in the entertainment business. He's a DJ, DJ Bevel. What's up?
Shout out to DJ Bewo.
Yeah. So he ended up investing in some photo booths,
Okay,
and I run
that side of
that
it.
side
Okay.
of it, but the majority of it, like he does a lot of the work. He does a lot of work, all the way from the graphics to like following up with people
Yeah.
to like meeting with clients and a little bit of everything. But that's where we spend a lot of our time now.
Now, yeah.
So that's why I'm like all over the place. Because
Yeah.
we're in the entertainment business and we're dealing with like quinceañeras, corporate
Yeah,
parties,
yeah, yeah.
just a little bit of
Yeah.
everything, and the photo booth has opened a lot of doors in the entertainment industry. We've gotten a chance to work with a lot of like a little bit of everything, all the
Yeah.
way from like actors to
Yeah.
rappers
Yeah, yeah.
and and just private parties and a little bit of everything. But so far, that's what has been able to like pay our our bills.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But
Oh, that's good.
It has helped us a lot.
That's really good. Yeah,
You
that's really
know, and
good.
then we continue with that. But in between all that, I still have to I still put time to draw and
Yeah,
paint.
like
I
'cause
still
you
have.
still have it in you. You know.
Yeah, no, I still, yeah, it's like a must.
Yeah.
It's like drinking water. It's a
Yeah,
must.
like or just breathing, like it's just like you
Yeah,
gotta do it. Yeah,
yeah, it's sometimes it's like even if I'm not doing a project for somebody or working for somebody or doing something for somebody, I always pick up my my black book or now like I buy canvases
yeah,
or like now I'm working on some bigger stuff. I'm still like in that transition where I have different ideas, but slowly I've been kind of like putting more energy on the like on the art side of it,
okay,
and
okay,
then especially now with the whole technology too. Just you know learning the whole marketing,
right, right,
learning how to like, man, how can I put some digital art,
right,
now
right,
with the whole new cryptocurrencies,
right, right,
now
yeah,
digital art, you can sell digital art, which is NFTs.
yeah,
For
oh
some of
yeah,
you that don't, are not aware of that, but they're non fungible tokens, but that's a whole different topic, that I'm
yeah, like
learning about.
yeah. You ever wonder why billionaires buy pieces of art for a shitload of money? Look into that. You see why. It's
Yeah,
it's a
no,
whole different topic. Like
it's a whole
it's
new
crazy. It's
it's a whole
crazy.
new industry, the whole digital art, world. And that's just the beginning of
Yeah,
it. That's it's I'm right now I'm working on myself too, like being patient with it and learning more about it and now learning the digital part of it,
yeah,
and it's been a wild ride, and but still here, still here learning and what could I say? I'm very blessed to still be able to hear and be able to share some of the stories. But yeah, no, I got a lot of good, bad, and ugly.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean,
but
especially growing up here in Orange County like that, in that era, it's like you're even glad to be still be here, and tell
yeah,
your
in the
story.
'90s, growing up in the '90s, recently I actually just met up with some of my homies, that I grew up with. They did 19 years and 10
Fuck,
months.
that's crazy,
19
man.
years and 10 months. You know, um, but you know what? Like that's why I say that I'm very grateful that I'm still alive and I'm still here.
Yeah,
I have friends that are gone. I still, they still forever live in my heart. But some that will never come out of jail,
yeah, man.
and some that are out now. And very that are more grateful now with with what we have.
Yeah,
And yeah, I'm just trying to live in peace and still continue to grow.
yeah, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's good to hear, man, that you were able to like get out of that and then still like practice like what you like, which is like graffiti, the art, and all that stuff, So that's pretty dope, that you can share all of that, So because like some people might be hearing this right now, like maybe a graffiti artist that they have no path to go, like, and if they hear this, I'm pretty sure that they could take this as like good advice and be like, what, I could do it too,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. And that's the thing, like me growing up, like I said earlier, I didn't have a role
Yeah,
model.
yeah, exactly.
I
So
didn't have a role model. Me growing up, you know, I knew I had to, I knew I had to learn. I didn't even speak fully English.
yeah.
I'm still learning English. I'm still
Yeah,
learning. But yeah, no, it's like I learned a lot just by me going out and doing stuff.
yeah,
Um, I got involved. Late in like 89, 90. I was already out of high school. and I actually ended up being a valedictorian, which was the trippy
Oh
part, you
shit.
know. Yeah, Chavez, Cesar Chavez High School, what's up?
Shout out.
Santana, you know, but yeah, no, it was cool. It was a different story going, you know, high school, and then I went straight to college, and you know, I was willing to learn. I was willing to be open minded and just trying to get that education, you know. And for everybody, you know, like, hey, keep learning, you know, fall in love with learning. And I remember my friend, my mentor Simon used to say, you know, Fernie, if you want to learn about money, you gotta like if you want money, you gotta learn about money. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
understand how money works, understand how credit works, understand how the system
Yeah,
works. You know,
just the business side of
the
it.
business side
You
of
know,
it.
so
Yeah,
like so for anybody like any artist or like anybody that's trying to like graffiti or the artist that's trying to transition from that like into like something more positive, you know, that's something to keep in consideration. You know, like be more open minded. You know, learn about the business side because there's a business side to it. But if you don't know it, you're never gonna be able to grow and get there. You know.
yeah. No, and that's what sucks. You know that like they don't really teach us
Yeah,
about this
that
stuff. You
yeah,
know,
exactly,
they
exactly.
don't
That's
teach
the
us
thing.
about this
Yeah,
stuff. That's why like me, I'm very open and like I'll share it. You know.
yeah,
Like I could say that I was a tagger, but hey, I don't, you know, I don't tag no more. You
yeah.
know,
No, but yeah, but
it's in
that's
my heart. Trust me, it's
yeah,
like that. There's always that
yeah,
like
yeah.
craving where like
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you know.
You're still
But
involved in art, but it's not the same. You
now I
know.
respect, you know,
Yeah,
like property. You know, like
yeah,
I try to respect it. But now legally, like now I get walls. You know, they're like here,
yeah.
tag it up, or
Then you
here's
get
my room. You
you
know,
actually
tag it
get
up.
endorsements now. Like,
Yeah,
hey, can you do this wall or like, can you
and
do a mural in my
can
room?
you
Or,
do a mural and now you could go and just tag it up, you know, spend good 2 hours and get paid, you know.
that's good. You see, and
That's
that's what I'm
better, you
telling you.
know.
But you know, like like if I feel like if you didn't have that open mind that you're talking about in that transition, like I don't think like those opportunities would have come to you because you know, like you say, you like for my experience, I would like if it was like for me example in the music, you know, if I was not like try to get in more into the business side, I don't think I would have got like to where I'm at right now. You get me?
Yeah. See, you got a studio in
Yeah,
here.
you know,
Yeah.
like the studio. You know, like people take you more serious when you're about like when you're about it, but you're more serious. You get me?
No, yeah, no. There's a lot of basics that need to be taken care of. Now
Yeah,
it's easier, you know. I think now it's easier,
yeah,
especially
for sure with the
with social
technology.
media.
Yeah,
You could set up an account real quick. You know, you're in business next, you know, in the next 5 seconds. You know, you could tell like so many people,
yeah, yeah.
hey, you know, I do this and that, and
Yeah, I say a lot of here in the blog. I say a lot. It's like it's free advertisement. Like you don't have to pay nothing. Like you just
no, and that's the thing. It's just hard work, and that's
yeah,
it. You know, it's
yeah,
time, and it's just time
yeah,
consuming, and you know, even me with like, I still get asked to do projects. You know, sometimes I still don't do them. You know,
yeah,
and now it's just because I'm like limited on time. You
yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
so I have made a lot of commitments elsewhere. So that's why like I don't spend as much time that I would love to have, but I'm okay with it. You know,
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I still make time for it, but a lot of practicing, a lot of you know like a lot of tagging in the
yeah,
walls, a lot of like a little bit of everything. You know, but yeah, no, it's still to the day. I'm still learning. I'm still like I haven't given up. I'm still here. You know, but yeah, a lot of hard work and just making time for it. You know.
yeah,
Making time for it and hey, just go
yeah,
forward, you know.
yeah. Now from your perspective, like you know, now that you're saying like you and your brother like have like your brother, he's a DJ, he has his own business and all that stuff. And but like from your perspective as a graffiti artist, how does graffiti fit on the hip hop culture? Like, do you think it does go hand to hand with the hip hop culture, and why?
Yeah, no, well, see, growing up, you know, one he used to dress different, you know. We used to
Yeah,
just striped shirts, you know. We'll have like you know a mean streak hanging from you
yeah,
know with beads or you know
yeah, yeah.
it was you know it was more colorful stuff. It wasn't just like black and white or black and
Right.
gray or
Okay.
black and brown or black and red or black and blue or just two color kind of thing. It was a mixture of a lot of colors.
Yeah.
It was a mixture of a lot of colors and fat laces and and I
Yeah.
think it like the fashion had to do a lot with it and then the music. You know the music, the rapping,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
that. It was just part of
It
that
was all
culture. It was
there.
it was
Yeah.
it was all there together.
Yeah.
You didn't have to be a tagger, but you're the hip hop, you know, artist or
Yeah.
rapper, and and for some reason it was just something that
And
like
it
it was
was
all tied in
yeah, that was all
together,
tied in. Hell yeah.
and from your fat shoes to to your fat laces to
Yeah.
your baggy jeans to you know we all got creative. We got creative and but rap I think it's always it has been part also with the whole culture, especially a lot of it coming from like the East Coast
East Coast.
too.
Yeah.
Like back there, there was already like a lot of tagging.
Oh hell
People
yeah.
were hitting the subways.
Hell yeah. Over there was
Um,
way more open than over here.
yeah, by the time I got exposed over here, like '89, it's still a while back. But there was already taggers.
Yeah.
There
Like
was a lot of taggers.
yeah.
And I remember like I used to even buy magazines. From like all over the world.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot of magazines, but yeah, no, for some reason there was always rappers involved
Yeah.
and
DJs.
DJs and the whole culture.
It's a whole
Yeah,
culture.
and
Yeah.
still to the day, like everybody still keeps it within together. It's
Yeah.
and it's like me, I like all genres. All kinds of music. All
Yeah.
like I love music.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be any genre, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. As long
But
as you
like
like it, you
yeah,
hearing
as
it.
long as you like it, like it could even be deep house.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but like rap, it's that's just something that I grew up with.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's important because it just makes it better.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's how I see it, as in being important to the whole culture.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It just makes it better. You're vibing, you're feeling. It's that feeling. It's that like like if you don't feel that music, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you gotta feel it.
Yeah.
Like you
Hell yeah.
feel it within you, and it like for some reason it raises the the boiling,
Yeah.
the blood, the blood starts boiling, and like you want action,
Yeah.
like for some reason you want action. But yeah, now it's more calm, like
Yeah.
I don't spend the same time as I used to. Hopefully now with COVID being a little bit more open, uh, like there's gonna be more art shows,
Yeah. Yeah,
more rappers,
hopefully they
and
start coming back, man. I really miss like all that stuff, like
yeah, and even myself too. Like now I'm already at the point where like I gotta work harder too, to
yeah.
bring those shows, to make those shows,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
to get the people
Yeah.
together, just like you're getting, like people together to come and sit for the blogs, um, and talk about all this stuff. It's like I still gotta, I still gotta work harder to make those shows
Yeah.
possible,
Yeah. And not
Yeah.
only that, like one thing is like getting it ready, but like once this like all that stuff is happening, like it's something else. Like you gotta make sure it comes out good, like and all that stuff
Oh
too.
yeah, and it's all it goes back to like just doing it and just
Yeah.
doing it and just doing it and making it happen. And but yeah, hopefully now there's gonna be like now it's more open. Now it's easier. Now they
Yeah.
give you walls. Now they let you tag in certain places.
Yeah.
And before it was just straight illegally. Straight illegally. And still to the day, there's still a lot of
Yeah.
illegal writing going on, a lot of tagging going on. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, now it's easier. Now it sucks because there's a lot of politics to it, like in the whole art world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I that's just based on my perspective too.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Well, you would know better because you are the graffiti artist, so and all that stuff. But
Yeah, but at the same time too, there's a lot of great opportunities too. You know
yeah,
what I
hell
mean?
yeah,
There's still a lot of more. There's more opportunities. More people are more open to the art. You know, people are loving art. They know that, like, now that there's more art, you
yeah,
know, they're
exactly.
they're they're
Like
they're enjoying it, and I think now it's a time for us to push more art. You know,
yeah,
not just for the money, but just for to continue to have that
the
culture. You
culture,
know,
yeah,
whether it's
yep,
a and with the rappers, with
yeah,
the whole rap involved, with the whole graffiti, with the fashion. I
yeah,
think all those three go in hand in hand. You
hell
know,
yes, hell yes.
it's like a
It's like a full effect,
it's a full effect right there. You know, the whole vibe, and yeah, I know the whole vibe, the whole, like, even, all the way from like breakdancing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like
Yep.
back in the day, like we used to go like to a lot of underground parties where like people used to like uh pick up like warehouses and
Right. Yeah.
all low pro, and then the warehouse will get raided, cops will come, everybody get kicked out, some will
Yeah.
get arrested. A lot of underground parties, and back like in the late '90s, like we were going to a lot of them.
Yeah.
There was still like a lot of tag banging, a lot of like a lot of house music was involved, and at all these parties, a lot of more drugs started to get involved, a lot of newer drugs.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It's still getting
A
wild and
lot of,
wild.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, now it's more, a lot more. I think, a lot of synthetic drugs, and I'm not telling you to go do drugs, but that's what I used to see, and but I was never a big fan of it. Like, I used to like, go and have fun, but I was never a big fan of it. Just
Yeah.
going and getting wasted, and forgetting about myself. But yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool. Like, going to house parties, music on the
Yeah. In the
on the
back, you got the
yeah,
DJ in
you
the
got the DJ,
background.
a lot of a lot of hip hop, a lot of breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
Fashion was at a whole different level.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then
Uh,
right after the party, you have to go get up, and all that there was on the way back home.
oh yeah, we'll be hitting it up all the time. All the time, man. I remember just, man, it was just like a high. It's
Yeah.
like it was like
Yeah.
it
It's
was
like
just a straight
so
high.
some
Like,
people say like, oh, I choose this drug, like that was your drug, like this is
that was,
what gets me high.
yeah, like, I don't know if it was just the pain on it, the pain, the still to the day, like when I work with some certain pain, now I
Yeah.
work with all mediums.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Could be spray paint, it could be like, I even do face painting,
Oh
body
yeah,
paint.
yeah, yeah.
I and a lot of that graffiti has led me to have that option too.
Right,
Like,
right.
it has given me that opportunity to do face paint. Get
Yeah.
get contracted to go do parties, and
You see, that's crazy, because like you doing graffiti, but some people say like, oh, it's just graffiti. No, it's an art because you could transition it like to whatever you want, like canvas, digital, like, or you even like you're saying face painting, like all
yeah,
that, like it's an art, like, and then it's like going back to what I was saying, like how does like graffiti connect to the hip hop? Like hip hop, rap, and all that stuff is just like another form of art. Like you express yourself
in a
through
different
words.
way. Yes,
And graffiti is the
yes.
same thing. You express yourself, but like through like
We're all
paint.
artists. I say,
Yeah,
I want to say we're all artists. In our ways.
yeah,
And that's the thing too, that like like they go hand in hand. Those
yeah,
three. What is fashion with hip hop, with rap, and the whole music, just the
yeah,
music industry. Yeah, but mostly hip hop.
yeah.
And rap, hip hop, like, well, hip hop and all its ways, and
And all the shape and form and
yeah,
flavors.
and all the flavors. Yeah, but yeah, no, growing up, that's just what I knew.
Yeah.
Besides banda machos, and
For sure.
el indio quiere llorar and all
Yeah.
that. But yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool. It was a whole different world. like I said, no
Yeah.
social media, no nothing until like
Yeah.
the like 2000, 2001, 2003. We actually used to come up in phones, Motorola phones,
Shit.
dude. We still sell them,
Yeah.
and damn, it was crazy because there was a time we used to flip them. We'll buy them, the flip phones for like a certain money, and then like we'll guarantee them for a certain like 3 months. You
Yeah.
guarantee for 3 months, and sometimes like the line will continue to like you could still have it for like a whole year.
Oh shit. Yeah.
You'll be lucky, and there was times you weren't lucky. 1 month used to go by, and next it's like you had people complaining.
Yeah.
And
Like, hey, what the
I
fuck?
remember when my friends they got caught, like having clone phones.
Oh
That's
shit.
what he used to, one of them did some like he did some time. Um, yeah, no, it was a different, just trying to come up. We didn't know any better, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, probably till like the late 2006, 2007. That's when we had more options.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
More options where we're yeah, no, now we want like everything.
Yeah, and nowadays, like, what do you prefer? Like, do you still prefer like the spray can, or like, are you like you prefer more paint, canvas, or digital? What is it that you're more into nowadays?
Well, it's funny, because it could be days where like I'm only using a marker.
Yeah.
And then there's days where like right now, like I mess around with a lot of brushes.
Oh, okay, okay.
So right now the brush strokes, I love it. Like I love that vibe, I want to say, because it's
Yeah,
also like a pleasure that it fulfills me.
yeah, yeah.
Like the like the canvases, the like the quality, but it has to do a lot too with the quality paint, the quality
Okay.
brushes, and all that. But it could be one day in 1 week it could be just straight acrylics. Next week I'll be messing around with like color pencils. you know
Okay. Okay. So to you,
Prisma markers.
yeah,
Like
yeah. So to you, it's more like the quality of the actual paint that you're using at the time, not like that. You get more like you feel like that's more. It makes the experience more enjoyable, like having good quality paint and all that stuff.
yeah, well that has to do a lot, but like like I said, I work with all mediums, but it's funny how like the way I am, the way I'm, program or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like there's days I just want to like
Yeah.
markers,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
markers, and
So
there's
there's
days.
nothing that there's not like when you can say like, oh yeah, I'm sticking to this for right now, like
No, no,
it's just
no,
like
no, no,
random all the
no.
time.
Yeah, and not long ago like I bought a whole kit of like paints to like paint leather,
Oh shit.
like shoes.
Damn.
I painted a few shoes, like, but I'm not fully there.
Yeah.
Like I have so many different things, like,
Bro, but you're
but
dope. Like you're
but
dope
like,
as an artist. Like I'm sure like you'll be able to come up with something good either way, you know?
oh yeah, yeah, like it's just putting my time and making
Yeah.
it, and but sometimes I prefer like now that I'm older, like just spending time with my nephews and my nieces,
Yeah.
and trying to get them to do art.
Oh yeah,
Get
yeah, yeah.
them to
Yeah, you
to
see,
paint,
yeah.
just so they could become more creative.
Yeah, like have that part of their brain activated because I feel like now with technology is like they don't have the same like as like before, like you used to go out and be physical with stuff, nowadays it's
Yeah,
all
it's
digital.
yeah, it's things are starting to change a lot.
Yeah,
But that's one of the things that I prefer sometimes doing. But sometimes I could make more time. I could make more time to do art, and that's what I'm gonna do.
yeah,
That's what I'm gonna do. Whether I make a dollar or don't not make a dollar, I still gotta make.
yeah.
I
Still
still
your
gotta make
passion,
art.
like regardless. Hell yeah.
Yeah, like it could be digital, it could be spray paint, it could be like face paint.
Yeah,
It could be markers, it could be color pencils, it could be just black and white. It could be a pen.
yeah, yeah,
They're all different, but they all give me some type of pleasure in my ways. Like
yeah,
in a certain way. So yeah, I don't have like a preferred one and like that I just stick to.
yeah,
But right now, like what I've been trying to do more of is more. I'm trying to like get rid of all the projects that I have right now.
Mm.
I have a lot of little projects, a lot of
Yeah.
little ones, that I haven't been able to complete. And then I have some like canvases that I gotta complete, and I even have a Jeep that I gotta complete.
Oh shit.
That I'm painting. It's just a lot of see, I'm even working with like you know um, enamel paint.
Oh damn. Yeah.
Like with different type of brushes
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it changes,
Yeah.
because now these brushes, it's different way on how you deal with them
Yeah.
and how you handle them.
And the
Um,
paint too, huh? Like
and the
the.
paint too, and it's a whole different. It changes, everything
Yeah.
changes, all the way from like the surface where what you're painting to the quality of the paint,
Yeah.
to the brushes, to a lot to learn. But I've learned a lot, I've learned a lot, and I still gotta continue doing it. But for the most part, I'm right now I want to do more canvases,
Oh okay.
more canvases, just so I could like put on my shows,
Yeah.
like, and that's where I could say like, hey Wes, we're gonna have an art show. Hey, you want to get a few rappers, get it going,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
gonna get the
Yeah.
DJs going, or maybe get some dancers, or along
Something.
those lines,
Yeah, and
like
you used to have your like stuff like display in the background and
yeah,
stuff.
like me having my display, and that's the I still continue to network,
Yeah.
and I still meet people that are willing to do it, and but right now it's main thing is just doing work,
Yeah.
and having work to be able to show,
Yeah.
not only that, and at the same time too, make some for profit, because doing art is not cheap,
Oh hell no.
doing art
Any
is
type
not
of art
cheap.
is like.
I've Yeah, no, it's especially when you're buying the quality paint,
Yeah.
a whole different, a whole
Yeah.
different thing, a whole
Yeah.
different world, man. It costs money, and brushes,
Yeah.
man, I bought brushes that have cost me like a good 60 bucks, 70
Yeah. Yeah.
bucks
Just for a
for one
brush. Yeah.
brush,
Just for a brush. Yeah.
and now you're talking about like different type of what do you call it, like fur, not
Oh yeah.
fur, but like the brushes, the actual like what do you call them, the bristles.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
Say that like graffiti like back me up, just being in love with the graffiti world and the whole culture, hip hop, rap, and all that. Kind of like helped me to kind of
Yeah.
like stay away from the gangbanging,
Yeah.
even though I was still involved in the game and all that. Like, it was crazy, but it was just the fact that I lived in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't just I couldn't just pick up and
Yeah.
go,
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate too. Like it's just like wherever you live, it just happens to be
And
like that.
still to the day,
Yeah,
like I still live in the same neighborhood,
yeah,
but things have changed a lot.
yeah,
Things have changed a lot, and I'm not afraid, but like I don't live in fear or nothing like that, and but then too, you gotta also be conscious of what's going on and pay attention to what's going on
yeah,
around you, and
yeah. No,
and just be respectful, for the
yeah,
most part,
yeah. Just know your place in the universe, man. Like if you do that, like nobody's gonna be messing with you if you're minding your own business.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, it happens.
well,
Like bystanders.
things could happen
Yeah,
anywhere,
anywhere, and
It could be anywhere,
yeah, it could be
Doesn't
anywhere.
matter
Yeah,
what politics say. It doesn't
yeah,
matter what whatever gang says,
yeah.
or wherever you're at,
Anywhere, anywhere.
Last
So
week I was working in South Central,
yeah, shit.
South Central's a different story, man.
Yeah, like the
Compared to Orange County, a
yeah,
different story.
yeah, it's different.
And that's the thing too. When you're conscious of what's going on, you're able to deal with it better.
Yep.
You're able to respect. You have empathy
Yeah,
with people, and you're able to like navigate through it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So mastering yourself, you learn to master the world.
yeah,
You learn to better navigate your world. All the way from like just communicating, just to like smiling,
yeah,
and not being a stuck up fucker,
yeah.
or like somebody thinking that
Yeah,
that you're
like
the shit,
yeah,
and
no, and it's like they say, and a smile opens a lot of doors. You'll be
oh
surprised.
yeah,
You'll be
you'll be
surprised.
surprised. You'll be surprised
Yeah,
what just a friendly smile
yeah,
does. But then too, like what I've realized too, it's like sometimes a smile could also get you in trouble,
Yeah.
with somebody ignorant,
Yeah.
Sometimes they take your weakness,
Right.
your kindness for weakness,
Yeah.
and it sucks. But going back to the same thing, sometimes that person needs some love, and
Yeah.
so now everything I do is out of love,
Yeah.
like out of love, and work hard, and not really, like, really. Of course, money, you could do more with money, and
Yeah.
that's for sure. You could do a lot of good with money, it's not evil. It's not, it's we could all have it, but then you could do a lot of good with it, and still, be able to help a lot of people along the way,
Yeah.
and for that, I still continue to learn, and
Yeah.
be open minded, and
Yep.
and
Yep.
and strive for just better,
Hell yeah. Yeah, well, that's pretty dope, man. A lot of good info, a lot of good insight, like in regards of the graffiti, and how you got into it, and how you overcame all that negative stuff that came with it, and try to and turn it into a positive. So that's pretty dope. I know somebody out there that's pretty involved in the graffiti, and then is looking for like a transition. Is gonna take this into consideration.
And just do it,
Yeah,
don't just do it, and just shoot for it. If you have an idea, don't let it sitting around in the mind,
yeah,
just go for it, just do it, even if you fuck up, like, my mentor used to say, before you become good, you have to be bad.
yeah, for
And
sure.
before you're bad, you still gotta try,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So,
yeah. You see,
that's the main thing. Just do, just
yeah,
do it, and learn from it,
yep,
there's times, hey, doing it the first time it works, doing it the
yeah,
first time make it happen, sometimes, hey, third, fourth time, three, four, five, seven, 8 times, hey, until you get it, just keep pushing, and
yeah. It's like I heard like that guy that started Starbucks. Like he got rejected like 100 and some shit times before he actually got like an investor to be like, okay, I'm gonna put my money into this. And look at Starbucks is like in every fucking corner now.
oh yeah, no, yeah, it's a whole different story. You
Yeah,
start reading a lot. If you read a lot of biographies of how people, got rich, or how they build wealth,
yeah.
and
It's
all the way from real estate. And like I said, I was in the financial services world. I'm not there no more. I let my licenses go back in 2014,
okay.
and that's when I started coming back to my art,
Yeah, okay.
like 2014, 2015, 2016, 17, 18. I was working, I was doing electrical work,
Yeah, but you were still
but
like,
still, I was still trying to push myself to, like, do art, do art, do art, do art.
yeah,
Now I have let that go. Now I'm full time every weekend with my brother.
yeah,
Like, even through the weekdays. We're doing events. And yeah, it's a whole different world. It's a whole different world. But we still have, like, a strong work ethic, and we go to work, and we still get our time off, and we still go to work, and we
yeah,
continue to do it, and go to sleep, enjoy it, and go do it
yeah,
again,
yeah.
and just try to make the best of it.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, there has been, man, weekends where shit goes to shit, but but yeah, but for the most part, all positive, all positive, and we continue to focus on the positive,
Hell yeah.
and yeah, that's where we stand.
That's what's up, man. Well, appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate your time and sharing all the experience you had in regards to the graffiti. And then, other than that, I mean, is there anything else you want to add? Any shout outs you want to throw out there to anybody, or just anything that you want to put out there before we end up the interview?
Well, pretty much, just like I said, everyone that's willing to grow in the art world, or the digital world, the digital, well, mostly with art, mostly
Yeah.
with art. You know, it could be a rapper, it could be a, music, or
DJ or anything.
DJ, or whatever, whatever way, it could be just you, doing some drywall work. Hey, everything's an art,
Yeah.
in some way or another. But whatever you decide to do, hey, just go for it. Never give up, and that's the main thing that I want to say. That I want to, like, share with everyone, and just never giving up.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if it takes you years.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Like,
Nah, don't do it.
be patient. Hey, just know that it's for the long run.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Like me, I'm not where I used to be at, nor am I where I want to be at. And I'm not fully there. So at the same time too, it's like all I can say is just like, hey, keep moving forward. Keep pushing. Just keep doing. Keep doing. There's gonna be days that you're not gonna feel like doing shit. There's days that I feel like not doing
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, man. I feel you.
And
The
but
inspiration's just not there.
but yeah, like sometimes inspiration is not there. But hey, do whatever you gotta do to like walk it off, go for
Yeah.
a run, do some
Something.
exercise, read whatever it is, and continue to learn. Continue to push it
Yeah.
and keep going.
Hell yeah.
But that's pretty much what I want to share with everyone.
That's what's up,
Like
man. That's
like
what's
keep
up.
moving forward and never giving up.
That's what's up. Yeah, hell yeah. And then for people that wanna check out your art, where can they go check you out?
Well, mostly like the majority of the stuff they could go on on my Instagram page.
Okay.
Like you could go into Fugione 714, FUGIEONE 714. It's Fernando Nava, but that's my nickname.
Yeah.
But I also have an account actually with the. You could also check out Duster. I was building it up, but I haven't fully put like a lot of stuff. But Duster One, it's just Duster One, DUSTERONE,
All right. That's
Duster
what's up.
One.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
but
link all that in the description too, so you guys can check out all his art. He's a pretty dope artist. He has a lot of good art there on his page. I seen him in action too, so
and there's more to come. I'm still,
yeah,
like I
hell
said,
yeah,
I'm not where I want to be at, and it right now this is still the build up. I
yeah,
still the build up, and I have faith that things are gonna be better. And
yeah,
the more just like anything, hard work gets compensated, and that's
hell
it.
yeah. Yeah, hey, and also if you guys like wanna like hit him up, like if you like guys like the art, you like are interested in something, hit him up and send him a DM. He'll go ahead and you guys work something out. The
Some
photo,
collaborations. I've done all kinds of collaborations, even
yeah,
with people with their clothing lines,
yeah,
or with like even on sports helmets. I've done all kinds of little different things. Like
yeah, hell yeah,
I've got a chance to paint inside restaurants.
hell yeah. So
I got a chance to like do projects for like big companies and still, and there's a lot of them that I have left on the table, just because I had already made commitments elsewhere.
yeah,
But hey, it is what it is, and
yeah,
hey, I still continue to learn too. I can continue to fall, and I continue to get back up, and I continue to go.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, yeah. So, like I said, I'll go ahead and put that on the description. All right, fam. Well, so that does it for another episode of the Culture Blog. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and hit that like, notifications, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the dope content. Follow me on Instagram so you can get all the updates for the new release of the next episodes. Big shout out to the homie FUGIONE, aka Duster, dope ass graffiti artist. So hey, thanks for coming by, bro. Appreciate your time.
Mori paz, peace and love, man.
Hell yeah. This is West Swabae. Peace.
My P.O. want me at home like if it was rain outside. I don't give a fuck, I'ma dug into the day I die. By any means, getting paid every day. Fuck that hating bitch, I get bread, yeah, I'm getting rich. Get a check, reinvest like the best. Life, nothing but a test. Get an ace, plus a babe. Rest in the streets, so you can blame me. Never run away, I feel